audience, I have a special treat for you. I just recently have been searching for my favorite band's tones, and I have Parkway Drive's tone. And it's not just their amps, it's not just their cabinets, not their guitars, it's their settings on the amp, which is super important. Basically, what you will need to get their exact tone. Of course, you will not get the exact amount because I'm not using their strings. I probably don't have their exact cables, and I'm not them. But this is as close as you will get. Basically, what you need: a Mesa 412 with vintage 30s. You can get anything else, but they use vintage 30s with Mesas, so that's what I have right now, and that's my favorite cabinet anyway. And you need Mesa 412 oversized cabinet or Mesa 412 PV6 505 plus, and an ESP with EMGs, 81 pickups on the bridge. They don't really use neck pickups that much, but I have a 60, so. But that's the three things they use, and of course their tunings, which are pretty much the tunings I play anyway. But here is the secret, and that is one thing too. I always wondered this. PV6 505s never get really, really good cleans, but how does Parkway Drive play live, and yet they use the 655, and they play amazing cleans? And when I thought about it, I said, are they using a rack mount? Or are they using a digital piece of shit or something? And it didn't sound like it was. It sounded like it was the amp in their settings. And you know what it is? It's that right there. Of course, their volumes are going to vary wherever they play, but you crank the lows all the way, the mids all the way back, highs all the way back. That looks like such a stupid setting, and if you play it on any other amp, it is stupid. This amp is literally, that's what they do. I saw it on their, on one of their live videos, and then their bright is out. They're trying to basically cut all the bright and clear clinkety sound that they always get out of this amp. And that's what you do. So you can look closely. Of course your volumes are going to vary, but and they didn't use crunch. Now for their lead channel, I saw them have it right here, their gain. And I think what they're using is maybe a tube screamer, or they have a secret kind of pusher pedal, but honestly, I just did this, and I went right here in between 5 and 6, and that's exactly, it sounds just like them. So that's the only downfall, but honestly, I think they've recorded with just the amps distortion. You have your lows on 4, your mids on 6, your highs on 5. Your post, they had it, I saw them on their live setting, it was between 3 and 4. Of course, I'm not going to go past that because that's just ridiculously too loud back here. And your resonance, presence on the rhythm, and your lead. And now I saw both of their amps, and one of them had this different, and I will show you that later. But right now, I'm going to show you what Parkway Drive sounds like. And this shit is so badass. And I don't know any of their riffs, but I've been told a lot of my riffs can sound like them, so I'm just going to try to play like them. First, what I'm going to do is I'll show you, this is their cleans. Now if you put delay and my crazy reverb on it, back some of the reverb off. And that's their cleans. It's not the prettiest cleans I have, but it fits out of the mix very well for whenever they play live, so I'm not going to complain. And also that was a low tuning. If this was in drop D, One thing I did notice, I love their tone, and you always think you need more gain, and honestly, I think they're the band that they actually crank their amp up, and then they use, they take the gain down. This amp is definitely too much gain if you cranked it all the way, and I think having it between 5 and 6 has their clarity, but it still has enough attitude. Now, let me get the settings back. Now, correction. Their cleans was actually all the way off. I totally just lied to you. I'm totally sorry. So let me go back and do that. There's the only difference. So the only difference that I had it was I had them at 6, 6 instead of 0, 0. I honestly, with the cleans, do not notice really any difference. That's the only thing. When you put it on crunch, you can notice that presence and stuff. But you can see the settings on there. Look very closely. That's their first amp. Now their second amp, I'm going to look right now. And you have this at 3. This at 4. Yeah, exactly at 4. And then you have your presence at 6. And, or not, your resonance at 6. And then you have your presence at 7. Actually, I'd say between 7 and 8. There's your other settings for the other amp that they had. They had 2 amps. One was a backup, and honestly, I mean, they could have just put the knobs there, like, just joking around. And that's the thing, too, guys. They probably change the settings every time they play live. But this is a really good starting point, and you found out how to get really good cleans to this amp. But let me try. Yeah, that's it. I hope that helps. I definitely am really excited about that. And I'm not going to say I'm going to steal all their settings live, but I think that was a very, very good starting point from a band that knows how to tour around the world. And they're coming to Warped Tour this year. Woo! Anyway, see my other updates on all the other band or all the other amps and guitar stuff. You can check out my YouTube. You'll also see the most latest updates on my Instagram on what I'm going to do. Check out my band below. We're coming out with an EP soon. And yeah, have a great day, guys. Bye.